Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button.
You know what's crazy? The Toronto Blue Jays might be the only Canadian team in Major League Baseball, but they've had some absolute legends wear their uniform. And when I started digging into this, I realized just how stacked their history really is. We're talking MVPs, Hall of Famers, and moments that still give fans chills years later. Let me take you through the greatest players to ever put on a Blue Jays jersey, and trust me, some of these names might surprise you. Starting at number 10, we've got Josh Donaldson. Now, Donaldson only spent 4 seasons in Toronto from 2015 to 2018, but what he did in that short time was nothing short of spectacular. The guy won the AL MVP in 2015, his first year with the team. Think about that pressure, coming to a new team and immediately delivering at that level. He posted an OPS over .900 in each of his 3 full seasons and was a massive reason the Blue Jays made back-to-back ALCS appearances in 2015 and 2016. He crushed 116 home runs during his time there. And even though other sluggers stuck around longer, Donaldson's peak was absolutely electric. At number 9, we have Joe Carter. You probably know him for one thing, and it's one of the most iconic moments in baseball history. That walk-off home run in the 1993 World Series? Yeah, that alone cements his legacy. But Carter was so much more than that one swing. He spent 7 seasons in Toronto, won 2 World Series championships, made 5 All-Star teams, and hit at least 25 home runs in each of his first 6 seasons there. The guy finished with 203 homers as a Blue Jay, ranking 5th in franchise history. He was the centerpiece of those championship lineups, and that 1993 moment, that's the kind of thing that lives forever. Coming in at 8 is Roger Clemens, and this one's interesting because he only spent 2 seasons in Toronto. 2 seasons. But what he did in those 2 years was absolutely insane. Clemens won back-to-back Cy Young Awards in 1997 and 1998, leading the American League in strikeouts both years. His 1997 ERA of 2.05 is still a franchise record for a qualified starter. He racked up 563 strikeouts in just 2 seasons. The only thing missing? He never pitched in the postseason as a Blue Jay, which keeps him from being even higher on this list. But those 2 seasons were as dominant as any pitcher has ever been in Toronto. Number 7 is Carlos Delgado, the franchise's all-time home run king. Delgado spent 12 seasons with the Blue Jays, and while it took him a few years to break through, once he did, he became an absolute force. From 1996 on, he was the guy carrying Toronto's lineup into the new millennium. He hit at least 30 home runs in each of his last 8 seasons with the team, posted an OPS over 1.0 twice, and finished with 336 home runs as a Blue Jay. The tough part? He never played a single postseason game in Toronto, which is the one thing missing from his resume. But for nearly a decade, Delgado was one of the most feared hitters in baseball. At number 6 is Roberto Alomar, a Hall of Famer who spent 5 incredible seasons in Toronto. Alomar won 2 World Series championships with the Blue Jays and was one of the best defensive second basemen in the game, winning 5 Gold Gloves during his time there. He batted over 300 in 4 of his 5 years and was a key piece of those championship teams in the early 90s. His numbers might not blow you away, but his impact was enormous. He was that complete player, excellent defense, great contact hitting, and clutch when it mattered most. The Blue Jays actually retired his number, though that changed in 2021 following serious allegations. Number 5 is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and yeah, he's still active, but hear me out. Vlad Jr. has already spent 7 seasons in Toronto, which puts him right there with some of the franchise legends in terms of tenure. In 2021, he absolutely exploded, finishing 2nd in MVP voting with 48 home runs and a 1.002 OPS. He's been one of the most intimidating hitters in the American League, and in 2025, he helped lead the Blue Jays. Coming in at 4 is Tony Fernandez, who had 4 different stints with the Blue Jays across 12 total seasons. Fernandez was the high-contact Gold Glove-winning shortstop who became a team leader in the late 80s. He came back in 1993 to help Toronto win a championship and even made another All-Star team in 1999. The guy is the franchise's all-time hits leader, not bad for someone who kept coming back because Toronto meant that much to him. Fernandez passed away in 2016, but his legacy as one of the franchise greats lives on. At number 3 is Dave Stieb, and honestly, this guy has a legitimate case to be number 1. Stieb spent 15 seasons with the Blue Jays and is the franchise leader in both strikeouts and wins. From 1981 to 1985, he posted an ERA of 3.25 or lower every single season. He was a 9-time All-Star and one of the most reliable starters in the American League throughout the 80s. Sure, he never won a Cy Young Award, but he was consistently great. Number 2 is Jose Bautista, one of the most unlikely stars in baseball history. This guy went from being a struggling utility player with the Pirates to one of the most feared sluggers in the game. His 54 home run season in 2010 came out of nowhere, and then he somehow got even better in 2011. Bautista hit 288 home runs as a Blue Jay and became one of the most beloved players in franchise history. And that bat flip in the 2015 ALDS? That moment is burned into the minds of every Blue Jays fan forever. It was defiant, it was electric, and it perfectly captured who Bautista was as a player. And finally, at number 1, we have Roy Halladay. Doc Halladay is the greatest Blue Jay of all time. After struggling in 2000 and being sent back to the minors, he reinvented himself and became one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball for the next 9 years. He won the Cy Young in 2003, was a perennial contender for the award, and posted a 3.13 ERA from 2001 to 2009. He's second in franchise history in both strikeouts and wins. Halladay was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2019, and his number 32 is the only retired number in Blue Jays history besides Jackie Robinson's. Even though he had incredible seasons with the Phillies later in his career, Roy Halladay will always be remembered as a Blue Jay. He was the ace, the workhorse, and the heart of that rotation for close to a decade. There's nobody more deserving of the top spot.